Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome back to Muse 2320.
Hi, friends.
We decided we wanted to do a cute little wrap up of these 13 nights.
13 nights.
That don't have to end. I know we keep saying that so many times of like,
it is not over.
Do it at your own pace.
Yeah. Yep. It's
do
not
the
over.
things, run it how you want to, open the box. I know a lot of you have been opening one and then just like going that direction. So potentially you could open this all the way into the new year. And that's fantastic.
You could absolutely do it that way. I love that. Some like super fun things to work on that will take you well into the new year. Like you don't have to like muscle your way through it. There's lots of fun stuff.
That is a good way of explaining that. I wanted to just like really reiterate that like this is a box of fiber joy. And we just have some ideas for you. A couple of the things, including the beautiful hats that we're wearing today. I guess we can talk about the very last night. I didn't even bring the pattern today.
It was in the box though. It was day 13.
Yes.
So it's the cute little scroll.
It was wrapped
with
up.
a 13 sticker on it.
Yes.
That's
it's adorable. And then this is the pattern. Cute little quick to the point crochet. Does it work with my spikes?
Yes. I mean, it'll just hold it in place.
I don't need like a little embroidery thing. No, we're good. It actually is. Like, no lie.
It's doing its job.
I could go out windy day and it is attached.
People are like,
to my
wow,
body.
that's amazing. You're like, yeah, I know it's my spike.
No, and actually that fell so beautifully too. I didn't have to style it.
No.
Done.
I also love the texture of the stitch that you chose for it. It's really lovely. And
I will say, especially now that we're in November, I feel like it's safe to say that this is my favorite stitch that I've done throughout the year.
Yeah.
I've done wearables and blankets and home accessories with this. So if you haven't tried,
what is this stitch?
It's a C2C.
C2C.
Yeah. So corner to corner stitch. Start up here, and then you can potentially keep building it as big as you want to. But this was designed to be a one hank type of project.
I love it. It's super cute.
Which I really do love. Yeah. One hank projects. These little speckly things in here are UV reactive. So if you still have all your Halloween decorations out, or you're just like me and you just have black lights everywhere in your house, just like turn those on, and now you have a super spooky accessory.
I love that. It's super fun.
Full disclosure, I did not block this.
Which also, I don't think you always have to block.
I don't think I will.
Especially with a crochet stitch. Like,
I think
it's textural and lovely. You don't need to. Right, because like a lot of times when you block things out, it's because there are issues with tension or your edge, or you're trying to block out size. I don't think you have to do that with this pattern.
Especially with this, the gauge was, I did put on the pattern a gauge to go by if you wanted to, like specifically use just the one hank, but even then you're gonna have some left over. It was like a little leeway, and my tension is like really crazy loose. So if yours is any tighter than mine, you're gonna have a lot extra and you're not gonna have to like worry about it. But I just love how the bottom too. Yeah, it does like the little scallop.
It's super cute.
And it just like does its own thing. So talking about mindless projects, this is a fantastic one.
Yay.
You can put it in a cute little bag and travel with it. So fun little project to do.
I love it.
But yeah, so that wraps up our entire box. Now we have some other things to chit-chat about. And kind of the direction we're going to go from here.
I think it's been really fun too, because we also took some like creative leeway as we were going through the last 2 weeks or whatever. Like,
absolutely,
I really want this to be about finding your own adventure with doing things with the pieces in the box. And so, I mean, we were even chitty-chatting throughout the week, and we're like,
the entire process.
I think I'm gonna cast on a finch hat. I think I'm gonna put the stick and stitch on this, or like,
if we would have recorded as we were like thinking about this box, everything that we had planned out, I don't think we did any of it.
I don't think we did any of it. We were like, we are going to do this thing, this exact thing. I love that idea.
It's fantastic. We're going to go that route.
And this is going to be so amazing. We're going to have this whole...
Like you said, I think it was like fun because I like opened it up that night. I was obviously, you and I, we were opening it up together, and I was actually working it up in real time. So everything that you see, apart from this, obviously, this one got done
came in the box
beforehand, but everything was worked in real time, which is really, really cool. And I don't think that I've ever done that before. BT Dubs, thank you so much for letting me know that you were at that market last weekend.
Oh my gosh.
So
right?
I could get the extra fiber, because there was times where I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I had some more schlubby yarn.
I need a little bit more of this.
Just a little bit
more
of that. Just kidding.
Hold on.
I'm going to be out.
I got you.
And it was magic. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you want to talk a little bit about the finch hat? Because
sure.
people have definitely been asking about that.
So this is the hat that I chose to knit out of the 250-gram hanks in the box. Yeah. This is one of my patterns and is up on Ravelry. You can find it up on Ravelry. You can also email me if you're interested in the pattern and you aren't a Ravelry user.
Oh, okay. So a couple of different options.
Yeah, a couple of different options, but this is the finch hat. So there was actually yardage left over.
Really?
Yeah. So like it does not take a full 100 grams of yarn to do the hat. And I just did 4 rows of each color on the pattern. And I love it too. Super wearable, lightweight hat.
The bob, the I am bob. I feel like yours really, really pops because especially like mine, I mean, it's just the difference between knit and crochet, which is really fun and exciting. Mine, every once in a while, you're like, is that a pop of color? Like you really got to look at it, which I think is fun. And yours is like, oh my gosh, it looks like confetti.
It does. Yeah.
It's so freaking cool.
What is that?
Yeah. So it's just, I don't know. I love seeing similarities and then like, or like taking something and then going knit and crochet.
Yeah.
See how they work out.
It's fascinating to me.
One is not better than the other.
No. And I'm a knitter and a crocheter.
That's true.
And I love that because it is fascinating to see how things work up differently and the benefits of both.
Right.
I think I love that.
When in yours, it looks like it has a little bit of a rib too.
Yeah. So it's a folded brim.
Okay.
So it's like the same on the inside, just for the brim, which helps give some structure to the brim of the hat without it being like tight ribbing, like knitting can be sometimes.
That's what I was thinking of too. I'm like, the last hat I did, I was like, and it like had this whole line, but I'm like, I made it, so I'm gonna wear it.
I'm gonna wear this now.
Dedication.
I'm committed.
That one I did block.
Yeah.
That one needed a little finagling.
Also, like legit, this hat fits my head, Bob's head.
Oh wow.
I mean, Bob's got a big head. So Bob is not
human.
like a human being. Bob,
big human,
not the shrunken head Bob. Although I mean, it is a pretty versatile hat. So it
probably could have, right? Again, blocking is magic. It does all of the things.
It's one of my favorite patterns, and it's one of my most popular patterns for sure.
I mean, it fantastic like go-to type of thing. You can do that so many different directions. If you see it on Ravelry, it looks totally different.
Yeah, it does. Yep, there's like a color work chart in the pattern, and I will be putting up this like variation, this photograph on Ravelry, just to be like, here is another way that you can do your finch hat.
We do have some of the bundles in shop still.
Yes, and they will be living in the shop through the holiday season.
Ooh, okay.
Where do I? Oh, I have it right here. So these are the 50/50 sets in the shop. So they go by different names in the permanent collection.
Gotcha. Okay, so if you got the box, it was like a special occasion.
Yeah,
you got the like special names.
The special names.
So I'll put down what they actually are.
Right.
In there
so there are 50/50 sets of like that color that was in the box that you can get in the shop.
Love it.
And then there are other variations of 50/50 sets as well if you're looking for other color combinations to do the crochet beanie or the finch hat or any other project where you want to do stripey shenanigans. So
which I will say, especially like the combinations right there, sometimes I really, really love that too because there's just so many options. So the fact that they're together and it's just such a classic combination. You know what I mean? Like you could do so many different things with it. The next thing I was thinking about doing with this one is just kind of doing like playing with the spiral and maybe kind of let it go wild a little bit. Sure. This one, I mean, we got a little spiral action, but that was just because the line moved, natural, just how it did it. So this will be a pattern. There's quite a bit of these that became patterns that I love.
And you weren't going to do that.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was going to be
like,
no patterns.
0 patterns. We're like, we're totally just going to wing it.
You know what? This would be so nice to do. And I love it. Let's do this. And now what I have? I have 4
patterns. That's how that happens. 4. See, that's the creative process, though.
And I was just going to say, and that's how we got going.
That's what we do.
In all of it. But they just turned out so freaking cool. And I just feel like they need their own little space.
Yeah, I agree. And like super wearable pieces.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That would translate regardless of the colors that you choose. I love that.
Do we want to talk a little bit about the schlubby yarn?
Yeah,
because it has been super, super popular.
Yeah.
I mean, it might just be projecting because I love it.
I love
and
it
I'm like,
too.
Everyone loves it.
Literally.
No, I feel like it's a fun one, and especially like when you have shops and everything. Like people walk into your shop, they're like, what is this?
People
it
like
is amazing.
Legit are.
And it is. And I agree.
It is in the shop, and the base name is called Bumblebee. So that is our slubby base. And this is forever in rotation here at Muse. It is really a versatile yarn. It's not my favorite on its own.
No.
But I love it.
I don't think I've ever done it on its own. I feel like it wants to play with other things.
It plays so well with other fibers, other weights of yarn, textures of yarn, because it just pops so much more when you use it with something else, like your hat.
The little thing.
Yeah. And I love the variation of color in your hat, because again, it really pops out the textural pieces of the sub. So Bumblebee lives in the shop. I'm going to be doing a full rotation of colors in the weeks ahead. The studio is chock full.
Hopping.
Oh my gosh. I was organizing all the bases yesterday, and I was like, I have no room to move in here.
It's so great because it's a lot of work for you, but I love coming by around that time and like, it just smells amazing.
It does. It smells like wet sheepy shenanigans.
And oh my gosh, which I give my cats so much grief about. I'm like, why are you around all my wet yarn? I get it.
Now you know.
I get it.
Now
you know?
Yeah.
So the ones that I have, it was like a color from the box, drew inspiration. So I used some stuff that I had either from you or I found at the market type of deal. Yeah. So yeah, anything you see from these patterns, if you want to play around with it, it's not a specialty color. It is a permanent, here's Muse 2320.
Here it is.
This is what it is.
If you see Kayla's projects and you're like, what is that? Just message me.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be like, I can help you.
We love to chat yarn.
Tell you what that is.
Actually, please do that, because we do love to chat yarn.
We do.
Instead of just like guessing, just ask. This one definitely, I was so glad that I had some of this dope left, and I don't even know why I had it left over. I genuinely was trying to think back, and I'm thinking it was something that I found like when you first did it.
Sure. Yeah.
And I was like, I will save you
until something special.
Yeah, because I'm like, there's no way. Like if I was gonna make a cardigan with this, which I would love to. Yeah, I would love to. It would have been used for sure. Yeah. So I'm like,
but also it goes on forever. Like the yardage of the
that too.
It's like 438 yards. 438 yards. So it feels like
because the mittens that I did. Yeah. I didn't think I used any.
No,
I was like ready to. I'm like, do I need to weigh this again? Like, what is this? Am I stretching too hard?
Am I pulling on it? No. It just
what is going on?
Is the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. So potentially, I feel like easily I can make 4 pairs of mittens
out of one hank of slub.
No doubt in my mind.
Yeah. Because what size hook did you do that on?
This is a 4mm.
Sure. Right.
We just kind of stayed that whole way. I think that's what this is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We have our
4
comfort hooks.
4. My thing was, I love the fingering weight yarn, but like she doesn't love me all the time when it's by itself, and when it's like a 3mm.
Hands.
Yeah,
and also it changes the texture of the fabric.
Yes, very much so.
She needs some room to breathe.
Exactly. Yeah. And for this one, I got some dope on me. More floof. For this one, I did that spider stitch on it. So that like naturally expands the stitch. Like it gives it a lot of room and stuff. So if I would have done it just by itself, there'd been like so much space in between, and it would not be nearly as cozy as this is.
No. And those colors are amazing.
These colors are designed together, like seriously. And this one is stocked too.
Yes, those are both stacked.
Yeah.
The slub, so this like earthy chartreusey shenanigans is called History Professor's Vest, and that is usually in rotation like through the season. So History Professor's Vest,
it's a good time for
and
it.
then the other color is called A Good Vintage, and that is in-house most of the time as well. So yeah,
and I love that they're together.
They're hanging
like,
out
here.
Hi,
that's where we are. We belong together.
They do, literally.
But I was just talking about how last year around this time of year, I got this in the one ply that you had. Put that together with some fingering weight yarn, and I made like a little, just like a tiny little bandana. It was just like a square though that I did. And it's crazy how different they are just because of the textures of yarn.
Yeah, totally.
I had no idea this was.
Well, and that's the fascinating thing about, I'm looking to see what's behind me.
I know, I'm like,
so this is History Professor's Vest.
Yeah, like that is wild.
That versus that.
It's just so fun.
It's different on every base. Is this history?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so here's like
the tweed.
The tweed.
Oh, I love the tweed.
But the difference of
that's crazy.
How the color shows up on each of the bases is fascinating to me.
I love it.
I think
again, we could just talk about it all the time,
like,
because we love it.
We love yarn.
It is amazing. Embroidery stuff. I hope you had a lot of fun with this, because this is not the last time that I'm going to show this stuff.
And it's definitely not the last time I'm going to be making the things, because oh my gosh, it is such a good outlet for me.
It is so much fun. Okay, so this one, don't even like mine. It looks a little crazy right now. Okay, I'm just gonna like throw that out there.
It might still be
taking it where it is. It is so wet. It is like, I thought when I was rinsing everything off, okay, because we have the two options here. So we have the whole, that one. So this was like on here. And then the idea, the concept is you just run warm water over top of it, dissolves, fantastic.
Dissolves the like dissolvable paper.
And that way you don't have to worry about like messing up the stitches either. It just like melts away. It doesn't touch anything. Well, I went a little aggressive with this one. So like learn from me.
You were in it.
I saw it dissolving, and then I touched it and it was like, ugh. Like I didn't like the like texture. And so I just kind of like folded it on itself and did a little scrubby action. And we're living with it that way now. So we have a little bleeding, and we're going rustic.
Yeah,
we're just letting it live its life. So if you don't want that, just simply hold it under the warm water,
and it will dissolve on its own. You do not have to like aggress. You don't have to do anything. Like you literally, it will do its job.
I really did. I attacked that, and
it
even got it all the way onto the back. So. And you know me, I will show you the mistakes on here because I'm going to use it. Like, I'm not even mad about it. I learned. And then when I went onto my shoe, magic.
Oh my God.
Magic.
Literally that purple on the black is
so amazing.
So good.
I'm so glad I saved everything from the purple and I didn't do it except for the eyeball on there because the purple just like pops.
So good.
This is also a little wet because again I just ran it under the water.
So it did just like dissolve off of
the shoe. And I didn't have to touch it at all. I just was first time I've done it, so I wasn't really sure.
This is how we learn the thing.
But yeah, if you also are like me and like there are certain sensory things, don't touch the gooey stuff.
It is
like
a little, it's goo,
and it sticks. That was my like, ooh, like I needed it off type of deal. So I was like, please don't touch. I'll just scrub it off type of deal. So it was so dramatic, and it didn't need to be that way. So I'm just saying,
it can be dramatic sometimes.
Apparently,
it really can. Okay.
Apparently, I'm not above that.
You should. Oh my gosh! Last night I was cranking out a scarf for my kiddo.
On your knitting machine?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and it was not okay, but I do too. But I hit my threshold when I should have stopped, and I was very dramatic, cranking out that scarf
because you gotta you just gotta go, you just gotta finish it.
Yeah,
it's not that big a deal. You just gotta finish it.
Yeah,
it's so easy. Oh, literally
drama.
Yeah,
there was drama.
You know, and I will say the knitting machine. I think it's because of the fact that you're like, I can do this in like half an
so
hour.
Simple.
Then when it takes a little longer, you're like, pissed off.
I'm angry.
Why?
I'm angry. I did color changes. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
what am I doing?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, yeah.
Is it done now though?
It's done.
Okay.
It's done. And I also used
made with a little sass.
I
love it.
These colors is what I used.
That, yeah. So that's
not
amazing.
in fingering weight though.
I was just gonna say, I was like, hold up.
No,
right away. So did we do DK? Did we go higher?
I did DK weight. And it was on the little mini because it was like a super long, stripy scarf.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect.
Yeah.
So it's like 6-inch around.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
It was cute.
Well, I know I'm going to do that.
Yeah, but I was also, it was aggressive.
Wait, especially with the color change. Yeah. Because you got to pay attention to it too. And like, you can't, I've done that before. And then I'm like, well, the line was here. Now it's over here. It's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm just saying.
Leave it be.
Leave it dramatic sometimes.
This is true.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yes, anyways, that's how it goes here.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep working on mine. Like, this isn't the end that I'm going to talk about it, which is why I wanted to start off with saying, you don't have to be done. You don't have to be finished with this box just because the 13 days are open. Go ahead and, like, play around with them,
well,
you know?
Yes, there's a ton of embroidery.
We
stopped like there's a lot.
Yeah.
So that's
I didn't even end up using like 3 or 4 that I didn't end up using. And even still, I've like, we got the bob action here. It's gonna look wild, but like
crazy.
I'm committed to this.
I'm here for it.
I don't really know the eyeballs. I was thinking I was gonna do like green and purple. And but I'm thinking it's gonna look scarier.
Sure.
Than I was meaning to. And then my partner was like, "You can always do red," and I was like, "Oh yeah, because that's not gonna be
way less scary. Red'll be way less scary."
Okay, but I love that. So thank you so much. But yeah, that might be a little aggressive. I don't know. We're gonna go. You're gonna go. But I love how it looks kind of like a turnip top at the moment.
Yeah, it does look like
because I didn't really follow
a psychedelic. It's like one of those psychedelic posters. Like,
we gotta look at it. What's on the shoe?
It's a turnip.
You gotta like focus, but not focus.
It might be a turnip.
Reason why I wanted to start so many of these is because like it's totally new to me. So I wanted to see how long they actually stay sticky.
Oh, sure.
Everything I read was like, it'll be sticky until it's not, and then you're in trouble.
Literally,
do it within a couple of days.
I will say,
but like no,
it stays pretty sticky unless your fabric is really moving, right?
True.
So like,
true.
If you use an embroidery hoop,
which is what I was thinking for this one,
but you also went around the exterior first,
yes,
which is what I would suggest doing, right?
Like
doing some outline work first will keep everything tidy in its place. So you don't have to use the hoop. Yeah. But the hoop would make it like a little bit more rigid. I think anything like less than sweatshirt material, I think I would do that. Yeah. Got a number of different stick and stitch collections. Yes. And embroidery and mending sets as well. And I'm thinking I'm going to start like doing a new one every month because I really love doing the little drawings and it's fun for me. Size. Yes, exactly. So had this not been like a package that I was like, I want to put as many on as possible and just get started, just because it's me. Like, I'm like, I just want to try it out type of deal. This one, I got done within 2 days. So like, if you're just focusing on it, like this is your only thing, it's to go. It absolutely is. And it's put that in between different projects that you have going on, especially because we are coming up to blanket season. Here we are. I know. It's true. Blanket and cardigan season. I know a lot of you ghoulies are like me. That's like, I have 20 king size blankets that I would like to start. We need a little something in between it. Yeah, it's a palate cleanser. It also gives your muscles a break too. Yeah, like that is so important. And I feel like that's not talked about enough. No. That, like, yes, you can crochet and knit and do all the things every single day, but it really is important to give it a break. It affects your physical body. Yeah. It's interesting too, like depending on what you're doing and with what size hook or what weight of yarn or knitting needles, like different areas of your body are affected. So it is important. Which I think was super interesting because when I crochet, since I've been doing it for a little while, I'm very aware of,
okay, if I sit this way, this is going to hurt. Or if I use this part, this is going to hurt. So I'm like, I always work on my posture, everything. But I was straight up a gremlin when I was making this. I was like,
troll hole.
Threw it to the wind, did not care. Like, I even took these to a coffee shop, and I'm just like in the most awkward position ever. And I'm like, it's fine, it's fine.
It's fine.
We're fine. We're fine. Just go away. I was not fine.
You were not okay.
I was not fine the next day, which is why we're taking a little break from this one, because I was like, oh dang.
I can feel it. I can feel it.
My leg. Yeah, that movement was painful the next day.
This is what we do when we're learning.
You've got to. Yes. So if you come into that and you find out, you know, like this was a little difficult due to the way that it was sitting.
You're not alone.
Posture is such an important part of all of this too. And everything is just related. That's what we always learn as we're getting into the projects. One thing causes the other. So I will no longer do this in a chair. I now have it like set on my table for now. For while I'm learning.
And while you're learning, exactly. Yeah. Like you're super hyper focused.
Yes.
On the skill and the application. And so you forget.
Exactly.
You forget yourself.
Because like for this one, it was very easy when I was sitting on the floor and I had my little like maternity boppy and like rest my arm. That's totally fine because it's little.
But your shoe is also 3-dimensional and heavy, right? Like, so you're like...
I bet you I looked wild in that coffee shop. Like, I'm not even lying.
Your shoe.
I had straight up just that shoe and, like, you know, sensory issues. So I had my headphones on and just blasting my murder podcast. And I'm just, like, so in my zone. And then I look up and I'm like, I have had 5 coffees. And, like, and they're just stacking up. I wasn't... Yeah, exactly. My partner did come and pick me up and was like, are you coming home for dinner? I'm like, I guess.
Is it supper time? Because I thought it was 11.
I guess. So yeah. So this one, I will say, I did without a thimble.
Oh, ouch.
I know. So I just needed to say that.
On the heavier thing.
For 2 seconds.
Literally. And if you don't have a thimble, like this sounds weird, but you can like use duct tape. That's a little crafty, you know, solution. If you're doing a shoe or anything heavy.
Thick, too. That would work.
You'll hurt yourself. You will hurt yourself.
You need that. The other two just worked so well that I was like, I'll be fine. It's totally, no. Like,
I did embroidery on like a leather shoe once. And that was definitely...
Do you still have those?
Yes, I do.
You're going to get buried in those because that was so much work.
That was...
Oh my god.
So different kinds of fabrics and materials, definitely. You're going to need a thimble.
Luckily, I have my grandma's sewing box, and so I was like, I know grandma has one in here.
Grandma's got me.
There was an assortment. I could choose my size and my color, which was like, thanks,
Grandma.
Seriously, grandma. This is amazing.
That's
so
cool.
That was wonderful. Did I switch them up? Yes.
Of course
I had multiple ones going because I had to match the project.
Absolutely.
So that was the other reason I chose different canvas to go on there, is because like
you really can apply it.
Daunting and like this is thick and don't just use your thumb. Like do get a thimble, but like it is super doable, and if you want to, do it.
And literally, people will stop you. Oh my gosh!
100%.
Your shoes.
100%. Where did you buy them?
Yeah.
Made them.
I made it.
I made it. Hey, and we all love saying that.
Yeah, we do.
6 more pairs of these that are just plain colors and stuff. So definitely gonna play around with the rest of those.
For sure.
Do have the witchy kit. I feel like that's very appropriate going into the winter solstice.
Oh, for sure.
So I will be doing that. I used like the candle one already, but we've got some other options.
My favorite one in that set is the little matchbox.
It's adorable.
Like I kind of want to get that tattooed.
I love it. There are just certain things that you're like, it's so cute.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
I loved, like I said before, the creative process. Like you can legit take these are tools. These are tools for creativity, and we get to decide as creative humans what to do with those things and how they fit into our own world and items in our own closet. Like that's the fun thing. You can literally go dig in your closet and be like, oh, I have this jacket or these shoes or this
Fun
hat
sweater.
or this sweater and do the kind of embroidery on it to make it creative. And I love that.
So that's where I'm at with all of these. The mitten will be a pattern too. So it'll be a pattern, a tutorial. Just keep watch for that. If you need to have like gift giving season, there you go.
Actually, that would be perfect. Perfect for gift giving.
I was 100% thinking about the mittens too, because there's so many color combinations that you could do,
100%.
and like, who is gonna say no to fingerless mitts?
Who's gonna be like, oh no? They'd be like, yay!
Yeah, as I say, if they did, I'd be like, thank you.
I will take those.
I will find it to somebody else. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, fingerless mitts, they're just like go-to. Everybody loves a good basic.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
So we have a lot of patterns that came out of this box.
I love it.
I like overall, I was just super happy with it.
Me too.
It turned into something I didn't even think was gonna be.
We definitely did not plan the outcome, which I love.
Which is amazing.
Yep.
So everyone who has been hanging out with us for this entire 13 nights, seriously, we like seriously appreciate it.
Yes.
It's, again, I know we say it all the time, but like would not be fun if it was only us doing the box.
100%. Yeah.
Like, okay, I take it back.
We
would have fun.
But
we would have
so
fun.
glad you're here.
But it was designed to be creative community. Join us and see what you make from this box.
Yeah, and also, if people are doing like little projects and stuff, is there a hashtag that they can use?
Yes, we do have a hashtag. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I will put it down.
Awesome. Because I want to see what you guys do.
Because
sure,
people have been using it on Instagram for sure.
Okay.
So we've been seeing some embroidery bits and stuff. But you can also tag
Muse
20. Yeah, I was like hashtag. It's just Muse 2320, right? Like it's nothing added onto it. Yes, if you want either of us to see it, which again we would love. Like just because this box is done doesn't mean we're like, okay, forget about it.
Bye.
We don't want to see it anymore. No, we want to see all of the things and the process. Keep sipping on the cozy teas.
Yeah, and the teas will be up on the website through the holiday season, and they will be under the names, the Maitland Midnight Herbal and MacArthur Park. So you can find them on the Muse Brews page, or just by like boopity booping it into the search.
Yeah, I mean, it's like right on the top, Muse Brews, and then you're like, there's like so many things. This one for sure, delightful. Like seriously, so delightful. And the little pop of sprinkles in there,
they're adorable.
Makes my day.
It's just a happy.
It's not like a
happy cuppa.
Sugar added or any sort of taste
literally
added.
Isn't. It's just like, ooh, there's sprinkles.
Just for having fun.
Tea. Yeah, it's fun.
So so really excited that these could stay a little bit longer.
Yeah, they're gonna hang out because I think that they are really, really lovely. The herbal one, the Maitland,
oh my gosh,
is super citrusy and lovely, and I really enjoy sipping it.
Yeah,
so
that's the one that I've been doing like during the evening with some steamed almond milk.
Yum.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
And I think I even steamed this one a little bit longer than it says too. Oh
no,
I don't. It says
that one's a long steep.
It says 5 to 10. Yeah. So the first time I did it, I think I was just looking on the because this one's 3.
Yeah.
But then I was like, just intuitively.
Yeah.
Because I didn't look at
let
it.
Go.
But yeah, I do let this go the full 10 minutes. Then it is totally worth it.
Super good.
Because you're right. Yeah, the citrus really comes out. Cozy teas with cozy makes.
Love it.
Honestly. So
I'm here for it. I'm going to keep doing it.
Absolutely.
Like, all of it.
100%. Nothing will not be finished. Like it's all going to get done and more.
It's been fun for me.
Yes. I am so glad that we could do this again together for a little bit of spooky.
Yeah, we're going to keep it rolling.
Yes. And I'm so happy that it was after Halloween too. It was honestly, it was really nice. It just felt like, even though there was no direction really, it was nice to know that like, okay, I'm confined to this. Because a lot of times I do that after Halloween is like, I have so many ideas now.
I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
And then I'll start like 12 new projects and then finish nothing and just feel like I'm going really slow. Yeah. Where this was like, okay, well, I have this little bit of yarn. Let's draw creativity from this little bit of floofy floof that I have in front of me.
Kind of project.
Exactly. So, hopefully you loved it too. I think that's officially it.
That's that. The 13 days. The Halloween hangover box wrap.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Bye.
Bye.